Okay, we're ready. Okay, we're ready to start our January 6th, 2026 Yankton County Commission meeting. If you would remove your hats and stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I see Lincoln County has some really nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, just quick point of order, want to recognize our city commissioners, Ben Rudick and Mr. Birch there. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, and City Manager Amy Leon.
And Tyler Larson, State's Attorney.
Why don't we just go around the room and introduce
Yeah.
and have everyone introduce themselves?
Welcome, guys.
Welcome, everyone. Again, thanks for coming to our meeting this evening. Hope you all enjoy yourself and get started with Patty. Please call the roll.
Dan,
Here.
Don, Wanda,
Here.
Ryan,
Here.
John,
Here. Any abstentions for financial conflict of interest this evening from the commissioners?
I do not.
I do not.
I do not.
I do not. At this time, we need approval of the agenda.
I'd move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Got a motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to approve the agenda for this evening. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now's the time for public comment. Public comment is,
Don.
Don calling in.
hello? Sure. No, this is John. I'm the chairman here, and I'm gonna put you on hold here for just a minute. Is that okay? Are you back, Joel?
it's on hold.
Okay.
Then we'll just put us.
Okay. I guess he should probably listen to this in case he wants to do a public comment, huh?
What's that?
He's CUP.
That's a while yet.
Who?
Yeah.
So he can hear if he wants to
Only
make
he's
a
got
public
40
comment.
minutes. He's got 40 minutes. He's got to wait though.
Or he can call back.
Oh. Okay, just a second. We're gonna just leave it. We're not gonna put you on hold. Okay,
Okay, now's the time for public comment. Public comment is a time for persons to address this body on any subject. No action may be taken on a matter raised under this item of the agenda until the matter itself has been specifically included on an agenda as an item upon which action will be taken. Each person has up to 3 minutes to speak. There shall be no personal attacks against the members of this body, county staff, individuals, or organizations. The chair has the authority to enforce this policy. Failure to adhere to these rules may result in forfeiture of the remaining speaking time. Do we have anybody that would like to come up for public comment? Seeing none, public comment is closed. What do we got? We need to wait for
6:10.
6:10.
Both of those are 6:10.
Could be
And
plain.
claims. Your motion to approve the 2020, the final claims?
And that's that E911.
Don't we have to wait for the time?
No, that's not scheduled.
Motion to approve the claim.
Got a motion
Second.
by Dan, second by Wanda to approve the claims. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay.
The
Motion
2025 claim. Is that?
2025,
Yep.
yes.
I would.
Where's the,
You can do all the payroll, the minutes.
where's the,
I move to approve the December 2025 payroll.
Second.
Got a motion by Ryan, second by Dan to approve the 2025 December payroll. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Can we approve the minutes?
Yes.
I would move to approve the December 16, 2025 minutes.
Second.
Got a motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to approve the December 16, 2025 minutes. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
I would move to approve the December 29, 2025 meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to approve the December 29, 2025 meeting minutes. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. November 2025 Auditor Treasurer Report and pooled cash.
Move approval.
Second.
Got a motion by Dan, second by Wanda to approve the November 2025 Auditor Treasurer Report and pooled cash. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Can't we do the,
Could do spring load limits, couldn't we? Or-
No, that's in 26.
All right.
what about the city deal? The E911? Is that in the claims?
That's,
Okay.
that's the only claim for 25.
That's already been approved.
Take a few minute break or what do we do? Mr. Chair?
Did we ever get this clock fixed? Is this the right time?
It's close. It's 6:06, so we got 4 more minutes. Oh, okay.
Do you want to, Mr. Chair, did you want to say there's a Spark meeting talking about the proposed center?
Yeah, if anyone in the audience tonight is interested or listening at home, there's a Spark meeting tomorrow at the United Way building, which is going to be a discussion or an explanation and kind of a discussion on where we're at with the juvenile detention center. So you're all welcome to join us there at that meeting.
Do you have a
Starts at noon, I believe. Doors open, I think, at 11:30. Noon to 1 is the time frame on that. So we'll have our gentleman that is overseeing the project for Yankton County will be there giving a presentation also. So
Is that the same presentation he gave to us?
yes. Being 6:10, we could move on with item number 5 on our agenda to approve the vacation of a section line. Mr. Hunoff?
Welcome.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Kevin Hunoff, and I come to you tonight as a representative of Siegel Parish. And as the section line sits right now, it runs through, I believe, about a fourth of our church, and we're just asking the county vacate that section line.
Mhm.
The required signatures are in the packet, I believe. Any questions or anything?
I have none.
No
Any of
question.
the commissioners have any questions?
It makes sense.
As much fun as it would be to deny it.
What's that?
I said as much fun as it would be to deny it. It makes no,
Okay.
makes no sense.
Okay.
So is there any public comment on this issue? Everybody knows exactly or knows what's going on out by the Siegel Church on the
Hmm.
Westerville Oil Road that curves around the church.
Yep.
There's no public comment. Public comment is closed on this matter.
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion to approve the vacation.
Second.
Motion by Dan, second by Ryan to approve the vacation of that section line. And I'm sure all the information is listed here, so that will,
Is that what you need as a motion, Patty? That'll
Yes.
work? Okay.
All right, thank you. very
any
much.
further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
The approval, the next is the approval for the budget supplements for the E911 fund for 500,000 and the RAIF fund, 151,000.
Is your microphone on? I know you love speaking into it.
That's why I don't very much.
Do you
Now
need 'em
now you have to move it up to
Do
you.
you need them separate, Patty, or how do you want these motions?
No, you can just put as
Right,
presented.
no,
All
no.
right, make a motion to approve the supplements as presented.
Second.
Got a motion by Dan, second by Ryan to approve the supplements, budget supplements as presented. This is a hearing also. Any public comment on this particular issue? Everyone understand what this is all about is basically the E911 transfer that we have to transfer those funds into the E911 account, so. Hearing no public comments, public comment is closed. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
That was pretty painless.
That was
Right?
easy, wasn't it?
You know, you can stick around and see how this is all
Yeah.
done.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, motion to adjourn, Sendai.
Motion to what?
Don't we adjourn, Sendai? Motion to adjourn, Sendai.
Second.
Motion by Dan, second by Ryan to adjourn Sunday.
You know,
Patty's in charge now.
Good.
At this time, I will take motions for chair.
Nominate John. He does a good
Second.
job.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations.
Motion carried. Now you can come back. Now you
Nominate
can do chair.
Wanda for vice chair.
I would nominate Ryan for vice chair.
Whoever wants to do it. Not,
Well,
not,
he's not been.
do you want to do it, Ryan? Or-
I'll do it.
Yeah, whoever, so.
Yeah.
Yes,
Motion by Wanda, second by Dan,
I'll second Ryan's nomination.
for Ryan to be nominated as vice chair. Any other nominations? Hearing none. All in favor of Ryan being vice chair? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Speech.
Time
Are
for
we
the-
waiting till next time to do the committees?
We were gonna do that.
Yes.
February.
Yeah, I don't imagine they'll change very much, but we can,
But you can do the newspapers and the calendar and the vote centers.
Get a motion on the official newspapers, or you want to announce them?
do you want to do all that, the votes, the calendar and all that at the same time? Okay,
Can you,
No,
I
well,
thought you have to
okay.
do them separate.
I'll make a motion to keep the official newspapers.
Second,
Same.
As is.
And a motion by Dan, second by Ryan, to keep the official newspapers as is,
Yep.
which is the Yankton Press and Dakota and
The Observer.
Observer,
Yankton County Observer.
Yankton County Observer. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 2026 voting centers.
calendar.
Do we have the
I'm
calendar in the
looking for the
packet?
calendar.
I don't-
It's
It's
in
in
your
there.
packet.
I move
Oh,
to
and
approve the Yankton County 2026 calendar.
I want to see it. There it is.
I'll second that.
Motion by Ryan, second by Dan to approve the 2026 calendar. Any further discussion?
I have one question though. I see that in purple, it is the deadline for, or I'm sorry, in yellow, deadline for bills due in auditor's office. Yet every meeting we have
Mhm.
late bills. So,
Well, those
so
are
why don't
util-
we not pay them until the next time if they come in late?
Those are utilities, and if we don't pay them, we'll, by the,
Yeah.
their due date, we get charged interest.
Yeah. Make a
Why don't
motion
we
to keep the
suggest to
lights
them
on.
that they send them earlier?
I don't know. They just always send it that time.
No.
And I did on the calendar, I did move the dates for when the primary and the general election is to Thursday.
I know, like, for example, BY Water, it has to be in by the 5th, and if not, you pay a fee, so.
And
Yeah,
there was another one, the leaf, that's due the 20th.
Yeah.
The 25th, and that's on Monday, and it won't get there by Monday.
I know it's not ideal, but it
No, they're on Tuesday, but
prevents the cost of even.
we're not,
planning,
you
so.
guys,
Oh,
you won't be meeting. on
meeting, the
those
meeting
Tuesdays.
is for,
Yeah.
gotcha. Getcha.
Oh.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second on the approval of the 2026 calendar. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now we can do the vote centers.
Correct.
I'd move to approve the listed 2026 voting centers.
Second,
A motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to approve the listed 2026 voting centers. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Mike, you're up on the spring load limit resolution.
Yep, every year, you gotta pass this resolution. I gotta get it to the state. That way we are eligible for federal
Yep.
aid on our federally aided highways.
And I think it's a good idea, as always, to just let everybody know if you have like heavy loads that can't be broken down, move them before the spring breakup to save roads, save tax dollars, and it's good. And when we put this in the paper,
Yep.
notice in the paper, I think it's a good idea. So I'd move approval of the spring load limit resolution.
Second.
Motion by Dan, second by Wanda to approve the spring load limit resolution. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Got that. Don and one, Dan and Wanda.
We could probably go on to open meeting law.
Yeah, because the other ones are hearings.
Okay. Open meeting laws.
Good evening. Tyler Larson, Yankton County State's Attorney. I am here tonight to review the open meetings laws with the commission pursuant to statute. There's a law passed last year where any county political subdivision, including county commission, planning and zoning, or any other organization that has to provide notice of its meetings, review the explanation of the open meetings laws and other material that has been provided by the Attorney General's office. There was a packet that was provided, and I believe that's in your packet as well. Same packet that we reviewed back in November last year. So nothing much has changed. Just quickly, open meeting laws as to notice apply to cities, counties, school boards, and also other public bodies created by the commission, which include appointed boards, task force, and committees. So keep that in mind. If you have task force meetings, may be needing to be subjected to public notice. The agenda has to be approved or posted within 24 hours. I think Yankton does really good with that.
Yep.
Any questions on the packet? Quite redundant.
No, I think the auditor's office does do a great job of posting that and thank you for.
Yep. An executive session still needs to be noticed. We do that. So if that's it, I'll answer any questions if you have any. If not, you just need a motion to acknowledge the review of the open meetings laws for 2026.
Any questions from the audience? He's the guy to talk to. He'd know it.
I have a question. Do we have executive session tonight?
I have the,
It's a yes or a no.
Yes.
if you guys want it, we can. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to approve the open meetings law. Do you want as a presentation or what did you want?
Move to acknowledge the review of the open meetings laws.
Move to acknowledge the review of the open meetings law from the
Second.
state's attorney.
Got a motion by Dan, second by Ryan to approve the
Open
Whatever
meeting.
day.
Open meetings.
open meeting laws. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
You can do the
We can-
general claims
We
or
can do the test.
task force, yeah.
So as we have discussed in the past couple of meetings, forming financial advisory committee and also economic development committee. I have a list of some names that I will share with the commission. And if any listeners or anyone in the audience would like to be added to the list, get a hold of Don Kettering. He is the one that's kind of putting the list together, and we'll look at that list and decide who we are going to ask to be on that committee with the commission's approvals and move forward with that process here in the future. I've got a list that Don has sent to me of about 20 names so far.
Are we gonna have 20 people on?
No,
Oh.
no, that's where we'll get the list put together, the final list put together by next meeting. And then decide who's gonna be on it and move forward from there.
I'll get with Don outside the meeting and we'll get something figured out when he's up to it. And
Yeah.
I would say if anybody at home or listening wants to do it, getting a hold of Don, I think would be good, but they could also maybe drop their name off with Patty.
Yeah,
If
Patty
that
or
would be-
Gary.
if that would be okay. Yeah, we want people within the community. I think some of the best ideas come from our citizens.
I think, and like I said, we'll try to have a list put together for our next meeting so we can decide and move forward. And the commissioners on the two committees will be Dan and Don on the economic development committee, and Ryan and myself will be on the financial advisory committee.
You know, with the financial side, I think it'd help for you guys to review statutory obligations and like break those down, because so many people don't necessarily understand that. And then I think, you guys, if you could connect with, you know, Kurt Ulmer from Hutchinson on what those guys have done, at least discuss it. I think
Yep.
that would be a positive thing. Appreciate you guys taking that on. That's a tough job.
Got it. Got it. Can we do the claims?
Yes.
At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve our January 2026 claims.
What number are you on?
I would be
14.
on number 14, yes.
Move approval.
I guess I would second that. That's the claims, right?
Yes. I have a motion by Dan,
Yep.
second by Wanda, to approve our January 26 claims. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Okay. Wow.
We'll just take a 10-minute break. And
We do that
got
first
anything
reading?
else we can do?
This first?
I think we're done with everything that doesn't have a specific time.
I really don't have. any.
6:35.
Oh, the commissioner.
Any commissioner updates at this time?
I have none.
I don't have one this time, no.
I don't really have anything.
I don't have anything on.
Jeez.
Well, you did give your public service announcement about the
Yeah.
meeting at 11:30, starting at noon.
Yes.
Motion for 10-minute break.
Second,
Got a motion by Dan, second by Wanda, that we will recess for 10 minutes.
Vote.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Yes.
I would move that we go back into regular session.
Second.
By Wanda, second by Ryan to move back into regular session.
Good evening. We have one rezone. This is first reading, so we don't have to take action yet. Applicants requesting a rezone a parcel that is dual zoned. Applicant wishes to rezone a parcel that is dual zoned lakeside commercial and moderate density residential to lakeside commercial per Article 18, Section 1803 and Article 20, Section 2003. Said property is legally described as Lot G, Fishing Hole Number 2 in Section 17, Township 93 North, Range 56 West of the 5th Principal Meridian, Yankton County, South Dakota. E911 address is 31117 Quarry Drive, Yankton.
Further information? That's it?
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, you can.
Good evening. My name's Rick Doherty. I come to you tonight. Pat Foss has all that land that's up behind the old Quarry Restaurant. It's roughly 2 acres. His primary residence is over on the west side of the property. On the east side, he's got a 30 by 70 6-unit storage unit, and we're gonna replat that. So I think right around a half an acre. And right now it's like he said, dual zone. So we're just wanting to rezone that lakeside commercial, just that storage building itself.
Is that parcel that is going to be rezoned, is that going to be big enough for people to build more storage units out there or no?
You might be able to build 1 or 2 more units off the end of that building, but the current plan, once it's rezoned and approved, is just to refurbish that building and resell it as probably one big open building for somebody to maybe put a business in there.
Okay,
Where's that building located at again? From the old restaurant?
Directly behind
Up-
it. So if you go up
North of the,
436th Avenue, up the east side of the Quarry, what used to be the Quarry Restaurant.
Yeah.
You can almost see it. It says Quarry Storage on the
I
south
think I
side of the
remember
building.
seeing that driving up there, but
I think it's been there right
Yeah.
30 years.
Gary, we've kind of tried to get these other zones into compliance. These are multi-zone. I think what happened when this was done 20 years ago, they just took a big marker and drew it, and that the width of the marker is what dual zone these. So I guess I don't see any issue with this.
All right, thank you.
I need a motion to,
I would move to go into Board of Adjustment.
Second.
got a motion by Wanda, second by Ryan to move into Board of Adjustment.
We have one conditional use. Applicants requesting a conditional use permit to use their property as an Airbnb in a moderate density residential district per Article 7, Section 709, Article 18, Section 1805, and Article 19, Section 1905. Said property is legally described as Kaiser Edition in the northeast quarter of the northwest quarter, Section 7, Township 93, Range 56 west of the 5th Principal Meridian, Yankton County, South Dakota. E911 address is 43454 310th Street, Yankton, and the applicant's on the telephone.
Joel, you want to speak on this?
residents for roughly half the year, maybe a little bit over half the year. And while we're not there, we are hoping that we can do short-term rentals for families who may have interest passing through and whatnot. So that's the purpose of this conditional use permit. And I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any. Thank you.
Just so we're clear, you have virtually no neighbors? Neighbors.
No neighbors.
Yeah, we do have neighbors, but they're displaced from the actual house by probably over, I don't know, something like 1,500 feet or something like that. The driveway is fairly long, and there's a gate at the end of it. To drive into the property, there will be basically two neighbors that they will pass on the right side of the road that will dead end into our driveway.
Have either of those neighbors expressed any concern?
Answer is yes, it's just part year.
Any public comment on this issue this time? Seeing none.
A couple comments.
Yep, we'll, time for commission discussion.
Yeah, I guess this had been an issue in years past, and I don't think Ryan or John, you've dealt with this, but I guess I was under the assumption that we didn't do this because it's not listed as a conditional use permit. I think the thought process back in 2022, the last time we did, the microphone's on.
I know, but pull it closer to you.
How close? Is this
Really
close enough?
close,
Okay.
really close, because I'm old.
Is the thought was that this is kind of like a bed and breakfast, but it's not. And so my concern is we are just kind of pulling out of thin air saying, well, this is a conditional use, even though it is not listed in section 707 as a conditional use. If we want to regulate these, then I believe the correct process would be put them into the ordinance under a conditional use. And so I guess I'm fine with what the commission wants to do if they want to grant this or not. But to me, we need to decide that, are we going to regulate these or are we not going to regulate these? And then if we are going to, we need to do it through the proper way.
So,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So we have under here, under the ordinance, a conditional use for a bed and breakfast
Yes,
at the business.
yes.
And so the question here, I guess it comes down to definitions. Is an Airbnb a bed and breakfast, or is it really just a short-term rental?
Exactly. And according, and I can pull up the.
No, they're definitely different definitions. And so, as Dan said, since I've been here, we've had a handful of people that have called and said they want to go through the process, they want to do it the right way. And so we've been presenting them as unclassified uses. But the other issue, the other side of that has been, is we know that there's a lot of them out there that haven't been for years, that haven't been through the process. So that's the concern, one of the concerns that Dan has. And like he said, if we're truly wanting to do this, we should have some kind of ordinance in place, and Tyler can jump in to this conversation also on what his thoughts are. But and then when we do conditions, you got to be real careful, like we've talked in the past, that you're truly stating exactly what you want to regulate. I mean, we can't just say Well, we've had some in the past. If you're gonna say we're only gonna allow 10 people or 20 people, and we're gonna knock on the door and say, I gotta see how many people here are here or something. Those are the kind of things you gotta do, which obviously is gonna take some time and effort to do those kind of things.
I like there being conditional use permits. That way the neighbors can come in and say, we don't want this or we want this. Whereas if it's just in an ordinance and everybody can do an Airbnb if they want, then we're going to have another situation like we have as you drive out to the lake. There's an ordinance that says you can have camper places. I don't know what the real word for that is. I don't want to call them trailer parks, but
RV parks.
RV rentals. And I don't know about you folks, but I've had, I don't know how many people complain to me because the commission has allowed all of those campers to be out there. Well, once there's an ordinance and they do A, B, and C, there's no choice but for them to get a permit. So.
Mr. Chair, I did a little research on this and I called the only county that currently regulates these at all is Pennington County. And they've regulated them for a number of years and they don't even require a conditional use permit. I want to say in 2014 they started and it completely overwhelmed their zoning department. And what they told me is that they have 9 people in their zoning office and 4 of them, it takes up a significant number of their time. And so I think we need to realize if we're gonna regulate this, we're probably gonna have to add an employee into that office. They said it takes a significant amount of their time. When they did require this as a CUP, they said enforcement was a huge issue and they have to go through the nuisance department and their state's attorney's office they got so overwhelmed that they don't even do that anymore. So if we're gonna regulate this, I don't think we need to realize it's gonna be at significant cost to the county. I also visited with Lawrence County, which is a similar county to us in size and tourism, and they looked into this and they said because of the staff requirements and the cost, they're not doing it. And then we also have to realize all of these pre-existing Airbnbs are grandfathered in. So we can't, how many do we have? Does anybody know? 100, 200? Nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know.
Maybe there's 20.
Well, do you know that for a fact?
Well,
I bet
I don't think there's 200.
If you go on Airbnb now, I think the number is close to 100. But those we aren't going to be able to regulate. And so maybe this was something we should have done 10 years ago. I don't know, but with the budget constraints we have, I don't know if it's the best use of our resources to try to regulate something like this. I get the concerns, and what you said, Wanda, was totally valid.
I agree with you on that. I don't think we want to regulate Airbnbs in general. I think all we have really is a conditional use permit for a bed and breakfast, which is very defined. And I think in some cases, and I look at this property in this case, it's 13 acres. It got big open space. It got a house. This is a type of property which could be rented for an event on Airbnb or something like that. And so I think when you go and get a CUP for a bread and breakfast in this scenario, you're going for that little extra protection because you may have an event out there. Someone may rent it out for a wedding for a weekend or something. And so I think I think it's a good idea just to keep the bed and breakfast, and that's the only CUP we grant, and they can they can get one if they want to, if this is going to be something, in this case, 6 months out of the year, I think it's just like, but it's not required for Airbnb in general. It's only a layer of things so that if you're having larger things out there, especially for a larger property like this, where you could have larger parties out there, that neighbors know and neighbors get to say a little bit. And
would agree.
And you're exactly right, Ryan. Like this property is probably ideal. And then we got some others that are right, they have neighbors on all sides. they have parking issues, they have number of people issues, they have people bring 5 dogs to the property, all those kind of things. And we've had some discussion in the years past where we've had the sheriff, well, is this more of a sheriff issue with the parking and things? Or is, you know, like I said, it's really not a zoning issue. If we didn't specify that they couldn't bring in or have 10 people or more, sometimes they have 20 people. I've rented them. We've had 20 people at a place, and I've wondered how the neighbors feel about them in other states and in western South Dakota. And it's a tough deal. I mean, we have 5 different families, so we have 5 vehicles. You have boats, you have dogs, you have all kinds of different things that people have to deal with. And one year in Denver, it was in a little tiny cul-de-sac that had 5 neighbors, and, you know, we're expected to, and they weren't very happy about seeing different people living there every week. And I totally understand. So a lot of issues, a lot of concerns, and it's just all about how you want to deal with it. The people that have called us, like I said, their thought process was they wanted their neighbors to know and that they're doing something. It's just always hard to figure out, well, what are all the conditions going to be? Because every situation's different. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of covenants too on properties that would prevent this, but you know, enforcing a covenants is 2 property owners doing it. And they don't want to go to court. They want the county to come and do that. So sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Chair.
So I guess my thought on this whole situation would be if Joel wants to pursue a CUP, that would be up to him. But I do think this is a perfect example for putting together the not necessarily the planning and zoning committee, but the development or economic development committee, and let them decide if we want to, you know, if we got a committee that says, hey, we can figure out a way to police it, and this is what the direction we want to head to in the future. If the committee says, hey, we don't want to deal with it, we don't want to have to police it, and it's something that we're just going to leave go. And that's why I think if Joel wants to pursue the CUP for future uses down the road, whatever, I think that's his prerogative. I don't think we should tell him that he has to have a CUP at this point in time.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you have to have a CUP for an Airbnb, but depending on how you're renting it on Airbnb, it might be advisable to have a CUP for a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. And in my opinion, that's a good point, Ryan. If he would, for some reason, want to do a bed and breakfast, he'd have to come back in for a CUP for a bed and breakfast. And my concern, the way that we're doing this without it being listed is if you know, John, or I say I start a Airbnb tomorrow, and now we're saying, now, Dan, you have to get a CUP, and I look at the list. No, I don't, because it's not listed. And so we're saying these property owners who come to us have to get one, but not other ones. And it's a tough situation. Do you have any advice for us, Tyler, on it? I mean, should we grant this one and then just not grant any in the future? Or what should we do?
Well, I can see your point in not regulating them, and there's points to regulating them. And my opinion, you know, doesn't matter. I don't have a vote. But you guys, you know, you can, I guess you can't go wrong either way.
Yeah, okay.
And like Dan mentioned, I think what we would do in this situation from here on out is we would certainly encourage new platted subdivisions that they decide how they want to deal with it in their covenants. And that'd be the best way to control that.
Would we be okay granting this, but just with the idea going forward, we're not going to require a CUP anymore? What is your?
Well, I think we grant this and we say that we are approving the CUP for a bed and breakfast.
Well, that's not
listed
what
CUP, and that gives him this added protection under the B and B part of the Airbnb, you know? And so I think that's what he's seeking, is just that extra protection, is just simply because saying that, yes, we may have bigger things out here.
Yeah.
Because it is a larger property.
Yeah. I'd one pushback.
It's not a requirement for everything.
Say to you though, is that it was advertised as a short-term rental. And that's what the hearings are for. And then we would be turning it into something else. And then a neighbor could say, well, I thought you were just doing short-term rentals.
Yeah.
If I knew it was I would have.
So by definition, if it's a bed and breakfast, they have to be there and they have to be serving breakfast to the people that are there. And so it doesn't really fit that
I would
category.
give it to him as he requested, the verbiage he requested. But if any other short-term rentals come, we do not require a CUP. Was the rest of the board, what's your feelings on that? Because, or if we want to regulate it, then we got to add it as a conditional use.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying that
Mhm.
I think if Joel wants to pursue it as is,
Okay,
then let's
I can go.
go ahead and move forward with
I can
that. But
go.
I think that should be a bullet point
Yeah.
on the,
And then for future advice for Gary, if somebody comes in tomorrow, we tell them that we're not requiring a CUP, is that correct?
I think, yeah, in general,
Okay.
there's no requirement for a CUP for an Airbnb. If you're doing something that's getting closer to a bed and breakfast, if you're doing something a little bit more
Exactly.
closer,
Exactly.
then it might be advisable to get
Yeah.
one.
And
Because Airbnb is really just a booking service
Yeah.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
All right.
Joel, what are your thoughts at this point?
It was to just do what's right and not be in violation should we, open the Airbnb and start to sell short-term bookings. So that's our intent. I would be happy to receive the CUP since we've gone through the process to date. And I totally appreciate both sides of whether you want to regulate this activity going forward or not and stay out of it. And I appreciate both sides of the argument. And I won't necessarily weigh in on that discussion, but I appreciate the considerations on both sides of that. Over.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you get in touch with Gary and decide how you want to move forward.
So
It sounded like he did.
it sounded like he wanted us to vote.
He wants to vote.
And I'm
with-
fine, approve it.
I'll move approval of the CUP.
Second,
Got a motion by Ryan, second by Wanda to approve the CUP for Nesher's Nest LLC. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Good.
Congratulations, Joel.
Yep. And then so Gary knows moving forward or not. Yep.
Do you want to stay on the line to listen to the rest of the boring meeting, or are you good? Okay, thanks, Joel. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. Bye.
Executive session?
We
I
have
need
go
to go out of Board of
Oh,
Adjustments.
I'd make
I-
a make a
Motion by
to go
Dan,
back
second
into
by
regular
Wanda.
session.
To go back to regular session. All in favor, aye.
aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
I move to go into executive session if we have any.
Second.
Got a motion by Wanda, second by Dan to move into executive session. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Motion to go back into regular session. Wanda, microphone. You're too
Got a
far
motion
away from the
by-
microphone.
Second,
That's better.
still second.
Motion by Dan, second by Wanda to move back into regular session. All in favor? Aye.
Did we? We
Aye.
didn't have any
No
action.
action was taken during the executive session.
No, and let's vote now.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. And you didn't open this.
I will. I'll make a copy.
Patty.
Is that okay?